Have you ever wondered why something as harmless as the drink in your hand, the soda you reach for at lunch, or even that glass of water you think you are supposed to drink all day, could be quietly working against your kidneys without giving you a single warning sign? It is a frightening thought because most people in America have been told for decades that hydration is always good, that juice means health, that energy in a can means strength, and that if a drink is popular, it must be safe. But what if the truth is far more dangerous than anyone ever told you? And what if your kidneys have been trying to warn you in ways too subtle to notice until the damage has already begun? I'm Dr. Richard Hale, and I need you to hear this clearly because the latest medical evidence is revealing something Americans were never prepared for. Some of the drinks we trust the most, the ones we pour for ourselves without a second thought, may be triggering protein in the urine, one of the earliest and most silent signs of kidney decline. It is a warning sign that hides in plain sight, a signal that your kidneys are straining under pressure long before you ever feel pain, swelling, or fatigue. And the danger is real because once protein begins to leak into your urine, the path toward chronic kidney disease, dialysis, and even total kidney failure becomes far easier to slip into than most people realize. But here is the part that truly matters, the part that can change everything for you starting today. Just as certain drinks can quietly accelerate kidney damage, others can protect your kidneys with every sip, lowering inflammation, stabilizing protein levels, and giving your body the support it has been missing. And if you stay with me, I will show you exactly which drinks are harming you, which ones can save you, and why the difference could reshape your health for years to come. When we talk about kidney health, most people imagine big threats like high blood pressure or diabetes. But the truth is that some of the most dangerous stress on your kidneys begins with something far smaller and far easier to overlook. It begins with the everyday drinks that millions of Americans believe are harmless, and the worst offender on this list is the one that promises energy, yet silently drains your kidney strength sip by sip. I am talking about energy drinks, the brightly colored cans stacked in every gas station and grocery store, the ones marketed as focus boosters, performance enhancers, and quick solutions for fatigue. But behind the shiny labels and catchy slogans, there is a storm brewing that most people never see coming. I will never forget a college student who came into the ER after a week of exam cramming. He thought he was just staying awake and staying sharp, but every can he opened pushed his kidneys closer to collapse. By the time he arrived, he was in acute kidney injury with protein leaking into his urine and his body in shock. That case is not rare, and it has nothing to do with bad luck. It has everything to do with what is inside those cans. A single energy drink can carry 40 to 55 grams of sugar, and some extreme versions spike above 70 grams, which is nearly 3 times the recommended daily limit in one sitting. That sugar overload spikes insulin, drives inflammation, and forces your kidneys to work harder than they were ever designed to work. But sugar is only the first hit. The caffeine inside these drinks can reach 160 to 300 milligrams per can, with some climbing even higher, pushing your heart rate and blood pressure into ranges that stress your filtration system. Add taurine, synthetic additives, and artificial flavors, and you create a chemical combination that overwhelms your kidneys with every swallow. Studies show that acute kidney injury is one of the most common complications seen in energy drink overuse, and meta-analyses link ultra-processed beverages with a sharply higher risk of chronic kidney disease in long-term consumers. So if you have ever reached for one of these drinks during a long drive, a late shift, or a tiring morning, ask yourself this: was it worth the hidden cost your kidneys had to pay? The answer may surprise you because this is only the beginning of the story, and the next drink on this list is even more deceptive than energy drinks. But knowing this alone is not enough because there is another everyday beverage millions of Americans consume that carries a danger most people never suspect, and what it does to your kidneys will shock you even more. And if energy drinks are the spark that lights the fire, alcohol is the slow burn that damages kidneys in ways far more subtle and far more common than most people realize. Many Americans enjoy a drink with dinner or a beer at a weekend barbecue, and for years the message has been mixed. Some studies even suggested that light drinking might have a small protective effect, which made people feel safe, as if a glass of wine in the evening was not only harmless, but maybe even healthy. Yet what most people never hear is the second part of that story, the part where the curve sharply turns and the risk suddenly climbs. I think of a patient named Robert, a man who believed he had found the perfect balance. One drink a day, always with food, never more. At first his labs looked fine, but life has a way of pushing routines a little farther than intended. One drink became 2 on stressful days, then 3 during family gatherings, and without realizing it, he crossed the threshold where alcohol stops being gentle and becomes dangerous. By the time he came to see me, he had protein in his urine, elevated blood pressure, and early signs of kidney strain. He could not understand how something that once felt harmless had taken such a toll. The truth is rooted in simple biology. Alcohol dehydrates the body, forcing the kidneys to filter under low fluid pressure, which strains the delicate filtration units. At the same time, alcohol raises blood pressure and increases heart workload, a 1-2 punch that slowly weakens kidney function. Research confirms this pattern. Light drinking may appear neutral, but once consumption reaches 2 or 3 drinks per day, the risk of kidney damage rises dramatically. For people with diabetes, hypertension, or even mild kidney disease, the risk increases from the very first sip. So yes, a small amount may seem harmless, but alcohol carries a hidden cost that builds silently over time, and the kidneys often pay the highest price. If you drink, the safest plan is strict moderation, spacing drinks, and choosing non-alcoholic alternatives whenever possible. Sparkling water with lemon herbal tea or even a calming evening walk can replace the ritual without overwhelming your kidneys. But only understanding alcohol's impact is not enough, because the next drink on this list is one nearly every household in America consumes, and its effect on kidney health is far more troubling than most people imagine. What makes the next culprit so alarming is that it hides behind decades of advertising tradition and the belief that it represents comfort, strength, and nourishment. I am talking about dairy milk, a drink so deeply woven into American culture that entire generations grew up hearing that a glass before bed would build strong bones and help you sleep peacefully. Yet for many older adults, especially those already dealing with high blood pressure, diabetes, or mild kidney decline, dairy milk becomes a quiet burden the kidneys struggle to manage. The danger is not dramatic or obvious, which is why so many people never question it. One patient who comes to mind is Margaret, a woman who believed she was making all the right choices. Every night for nearly 30 years, she poured herself a tall glass of milk, convinced it was the healthiest part of her routine. But as she entered her late 60s, her kidney numbers began to slip. When her test revealed protein in her urine, she was stunned. She asked me how something so familiar, so trusted, could betray her like that. The answer is in the biology. 1 cup of dairy milk contains roughly 8 grams of animal protein, and when the body breaks this protein down, it creates an acid load that forces the kidneys into hyperfiltration. Blood flows faster through the delicate filters, increasing wear and tear that eventually leads to protein leakage. The mineral content adds another layer of strain. Every glass delivers around 250 milligrams of phosphorus and close to 400 milligrams of potassium. For healthy kidneys, that might be manageable, but for seniors with even mild kidney impairment, those levels build up quickly and can trigger complications. High phosphorus hardens blood vessels, while excess potassium increases the risk of dangerous heart rhythm problems. These hidden stresses explain why so many older adults experience a decline in kidney function without realizing their nightly habit may be part of the problem. If you enjoy milk, the goal is not to fear it, but to manage it wisely. Smaller portions, plant-based alternatives, and doctor guidance can make a world of difference and protect your kidneys in the long run. But knowing this still is not enough, because the next drink is one almost every American recognizes, and its impact on your kidneys is even more shocking than dairy milk. What makes the next category of drinks so dangerous is not their flavor or their popularity, but the illusion they create. Sugary drinks and artificially sweetened beverages convince millions of Americans that they are either harmless or healthier alternatives, when in reality they place one of the heaviest burdens on your kidneys. From sodas and sweetened iced teas to fruit punches and so-called sports drinks, these beverages flood the bloodstream with ingredients your kidneys must struggle to process. Yet most people never connect these everyday choices to declining kidney health. The confusion grows even deeper when diet sodas enter the picture. because they appear to solve the sugar problem even as they introduce a new layer of hidden risk. I remember a retired school teacher named Linda, a woman who took pride in caring for her health. When she switched from sugary sodas to diet soda, she celebrated it as one of the smartest decisions she had ever made. She told herself she had outsmarted sugar and protected her kidneys. But during a routine checkup, her labs revealed protein in the urine, a sign of early kidney strain. She was confused and frustrated, trying to understand how something labeled zero sugar could still cause harm. The truth lies in how these drinks interact with the kidneys. Sugary beverages deliver a surge of fructose that spikes blood sugar and produces uric acid during breakdown, a compound known to inflame kidney tissue. These drinks also constrict tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys, reducing blood flow and accelerating protein leakage. What surprises most people is that diet sodas do not eliminate this danger. A large 2024 UK Biobank study of nearly 200,000 individuals found that drinking just one sugary beverage a day increased the risk of chronic kidney disease by 45%, while diet sodas increased the risk by an even greater 52%. Artificial sweeteners may not raise blood sugar, but they still trigger metabolic stress and alter the microbiome in ways that harm kidney function over time. If you enjoy carbonation or flavor, there are safer paths forward. Sparkling water with lemon water, infused with fresh fruit or unsweetened tea, provides refreshment without draining your kidney health. But understanding the dangers of sugary and diet drinks still is not enough, because now we need to shift from the villains to the heroes, the drinks that can actually protect your kidneys and lower protein in the urine with every sip you take. After seeing how common drinks can strain your kidneys, it becomes even more important to understand that not every beverage works against you. Some drinks actually fight for you, protecting kidney tissue and reducing protein in the urine in ways that surprise even seasoned clinicians. The first hero on this list is one of the simplest, most familiar, and most overlooked remedies, sitting quietly in almost every American kitchen. Lemon water may not look powerful at first glance, but inside every slice is a natural defender your kidneys recognize instantly. I think of a woman named Margaret, a grandmother who had spent years battling recurring kidney stones. Each time she passed a stone, her kidneys took another hit, and her doctor warned her that every future episode increased her risk of chronic kidney disease. She felt trapped, unsure what more she could do. But when she added fresh lemon juice to her daily routine, something remarkable happened. Her citrate levels rose, her stone formation slowed, and her protein in the urine stabilized. It was not a miracle cure, but it was a powerful shift driven by one simple ingredient her body desperately needed. Citrate works like a guard inside the urinary system, binding to calcium before it can join with oxalate, preventing the formation of stones that scratch and inflame kidney tissue. Science supports what Margaret experienced. A 2021 clinical study involving more than 200 patients found that daily lemon juice supplementation significantly increased urinary citrate levels and lowered stone risk, while a 2017 meta-analysis confirmed consistent improvements in citrate production across multiple citrus-based interventions. Lemon water also gently raises urine pH, reducing the acid burden your kidneys must buffer every day. This shift makes it harder for uric acid stones to form and easier for your kidneys to maintain balance without strain. Using lemon water correctly is simple. Squeeze half a fresh lemon into a glass of water each day. Sip it through a straw to protect your enamel and rinse afterward with plain water. Avoid sugar-filled lemonade, which cancels the benefits and adds unnecessary kidney stress. But even the power of lemon water is only the beginning, because the next drink works on a deeper cellular level, strengthening your kidneys in a way few people realize, and what it does inside your body may surprise you even more. When we start talking about deeper kidney protection, few drinks earn their reputation as powerfully as green tea, a simple beverage with extraordinary biological influence. Most people think of green tea as something calming or refreshing, but inside each cup is a compound that works on a cellular level to defend your kidneys. That compound is EGCG, a potent antioxidant found only in tea leaves, and its impact becomes clear the moment you understand how it transforms inflammation and oxidative stress inside the body. One man who showed me this change firsthand was Daniel, a retired mechanic who had spent years fighting high blood pressure. His kidneys were under constant pressure, and his labs repeatedly revealed early protein in the urine, a warning sign that worried him more each time he saw it. He wanted a solution that did not involve more medication, something natural but effective. When he swapped his daily soda for 2 cups of green tea, his results began to shift. His energy stabilized, his labs improved, and his protein levels dropped. It was a slow, steady improvement, but one that made a real difference in his confidence and his long-term health. He told me he never imagined something so simple could create such a noticeable change. The science behind this is compelling. EGCG acts like a firefighter inside the kidneys, reducing the chronic inflammation that slowly damages the delicate filters over time. It also strengthens the body's internal antioxidant defenses, helping cells resist future damage. A large Mendelian randomization study found that each additional cup of tea per day lowered the risk of chronic kidney disease by nearly 20% and reduced protein in the urine by 24%. Another analysis of over 17,000 kidney patients showed that drinking up to 4 cups daily significantly lowered the risk of death compared to non-tea drinkers, highlighting just how powerful this simple habit can be. To unlock these benefits, the key is brewing correctly. Avoid pouring boiling water directly onto the leaves, since high heat destroys EGCG. Let the water cool slightly first and choose fresh brewed tea over bottled varieties loaded with sugar. But even the remarkable strength of green tea is not the final chapter, because the next drink defies decades of confusion and fear, proving that sometimes the most controversial beverage can actually become one of your strongest kidney allies. If green tea works like a quiet guardian for your kidneys, then coffee takes on a far more surprising role, one that challenges decades of confusion and fear surrounding caffeine. For years, people have asked whether coffee is good or bad for the kidneys, and many older adults have been told to avoid it entirely. But when we strip away the creamers, sugars, and additives, black coffee stands out as one of the most powerful protective drinks available, offering benefits that reach far beyond a morning energy boost. The secret lies in its rich blend of antioxidants, especially chlorogenic acid, and melanoidins, compounds that shield kidney cells from long-term damage. A patient named Maria showed me just how dramatic this shift can be. She was a 65-year-old nurse who loved her morning coffee, but grew anxious after hearing mixed advice about whether it might harm her kidneys. Instead of giving it up, she made a simple adjustment. She cut out the sugar, ditched the flavored creamers, and switched to pure black coffee. Within months, her lab results began to improve. Her energy stabilized, her protein in the urine decreased, and her doctor explained that coffee's antioxidant profile was working in her favor. It was a moment of relief for her, and a reminder that sometimes the simplest habits can bring powerful health benefits. The research behind this is hard to ignore. A massive meta-analysis involving more than 500,000 people showed that coffee drinkers had a 14% lower risk of chronic kidney disease, an 18% lower risk of end-stage kidney failure, and a 19% reduction in protein in the urine. Even more striking, kidney-related deaths dropped by 28% among coffee drinkers compared to those who avoided it. Another study examining nearly 800,000 individuals found that higher caffeine intake significantly lowered the risk of kidney stones, adding another layer of protection many people never expect. To gain the most benefit, the key is keeping your coffee clean. Brew it with a paper filter to remove compounds that can raise cholesterol, avoid sugary creamers, and time your last cup before 2 p.m. to protect your sleep. Poor sleep alone can strain your kidneys, so your routine matters. But even with all these hero drinks in your corner, there is still one more layer to this story, because knowing what harms and what helps is only part of protecting your kidneys, and the final message may change the way you drink anything from this day forward. If there is one message I hope you carry with you after everything we have explored today, it is this: you are not powerless when it comes to protecting your kidneys. Even the smallest decisions you make each day can shape the direction of your long-term health, and the simple act of choosing the right drink can make a meaningful difference. You do not need perfection, and you do not need to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. What you need is awareness, consistency, and the belief that your body is capable of healing when you support it the right way. Every healthier sip is a step toward lowering inflammation, reducing protein in the urine, and giving your kidneys the chance to recover from years of stress. If this video opened your eyes or gave you clarity, I encourage you to save it so you can come back to it whenever you need a reminder. Your future self may thank you for having this knowledge at your fingertips. And before you scroll away, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications because I share the latest kidney health breakthroughs, research updates, and practical guidance every single week. Staying informed is one of the strongest tools you have to protect your health, and I want you to be part of a community that learns and grows together. Your kidneys matter, your health matters, and you deserve reliable medical information that empowers you rather than scares you. Most importantly, hold on to the truth that it is never too late to make a change. Your kidneys are resilient, your body is adaptable, and your choices each day can push you toward a healthier, more confident future. Stay strong, stay curious, and remember that every new day gives you another chance to take care of yourself in ways that truly count.